Around the Department of Defense this week. This is your DoD Weekly News Recap.
Increasing lethality. I'm Navy Petty Officer James Bliley. Testifying before Congress, the Defense Department's comptroller told the Senate Budget Committee that budget increases are necessary to combat near-peer competitors.
The fiscal year 2020 defense budget is a strategy-driven budget. As described by the National Defense Strategy, the erosion of our competitive edge against China and Russia continues to be DoD's central problem. And to preserve peace, we must be prepared for the high-end fight against near-peer competitors.
David Norquist, who is also performing the duties of Deputy Defense Secretary, says the budget request for the upkeep of the U.S. military comes at a time when defense spending is at a record low as a percentage of the economy and federal spending.
The stakes are clear. If we want peace, our adversaries need to know there is no path to victory through fighting us. Military superiority is not a birthright. Each generation must actively sustain it.
U.S. soldiers joined Korean military units in the battle against one of South Korea's worst fires in years, burning northeast of Seoul. Military personnel worked together to gain control of the fire, and aircraft crews transported water from a nearby river to extinguish the flames. U.S. military officials in Korea say it's important to work with allies when real-world issues arise to demonstrate the ironclad alliance between the two countries. President Donald Trump has officially designated Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps as a terrorist organization. In a statement Monday, Trump said this recognizes the reality that Iran is not only a state sponsor of terrorism, but that the IRGC actively participates in, finances, and promotes terrorism as a tool of statecraft. All of the service secretaries joined together in the national discussion on sexual assault and sexual harassment at the U.S. Naval Academy. The discussion included senators, state representatives, college presidents, students, military leaders, and others. The area of focus was on healthy relationships, prevention, evaluation, climate culture leadership, innovative approaches, and other considerations related to sexual assault and sexual harassment. The goal was to share evidence-based practices to reduce sexual assault and harassment incidents at colleges, universities, and service academies. Additionally, identify and discuss social and environmental factors, as well as cultivate a network of leaders, experts, and dynamic thinkers who will continue to communicate towards the goal of reducing sexual assault and sexual harassment at colleges and universities. President Donald Trump has nominated Admiral William Francis Moran as the next Chief of Naval Operations. If confirmed by the Senate, this Cold War aviator will replace Admiral John Richardson and will be the 32nd CNO, taking over during a period of increasing power competition with Russia, China, and others. That's your DoD News Weekly Recap. I'm Navy Petty Officer James Bliley. You can find more stories about your military at defense.gov and by using hashtag KnowYourMil.